Hi guys, I'm Clem and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you like 15 books I really want to read this year. So it's a mix of books that I have on my shelf for years now, or books that came out last year and I didn't get the chance to pick them last year and now I really want to read them this year. So yeah, let's get started right now. The first book I'm going to mention is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. So it's the new book by Marissa Meyer that actually came out like last November. I was really excited for this book, and you know it if you followed me like on my channel. And I got it for Christmas and I still haven't picked it up yet. I was supposed to read it in January, but actually reading Air of Fire took me more time than what I thought, and I actually like got a lot of books to read for college, so I couldn't like read it. But it's definitely on my TBR for March, and I hope I'm going to read this in March. Next on this list we've got I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Netson. So I have this book on my shelf for like maybe at least 3 years. I was really drawn by the story at the beginning, but I don't really know why I never picked this book up. Like I don't know, like sometimes I forgot that I have it. But since like Sarah read it last year, ended up being one of her 10 favorite books of 2017, I want to read it even more. And so it's a contemporary and you follow those twins like Noah and Jude. Oh no, they're not twins, but oh yeah, no, they're twins. And I don't know, some stuff happened. I think that there is a gay love story, and is there something about death or something like that? No, it's not in this one where there's something about death. Anyway, it sounds really good and a lot of people loved it, so I'm sure I'm going to love it. I just don't know why I haven't picked it up yet. Next on this list we've got The Dark Days Pact by Alison Gutman. This is the second book in the Lady Helen trilogy, the first one being The Dark Days Day. I read the first book last summer because my sister bought the first book for me for my birthday last year, and I absolutely loved it. It's a perfect mix between Pride and Prejudice and The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. And basically you're following this girl, Lady Helen, and she's like in her 20s and she's from a wealthy family in London. And she discovered that there is actually a dark secret surrounding her mother, because everybody thought she was crazy, but actually she could fight demons, and Lady Helen actually can fight demons. So she's going to like join this club where they actually fight demons, but it's really weird and they're all this strange dude, and there is this strange guy, Carly, who you don't really know what he wants with her, and it's like, I don't know, I really loved it. And I'm really excited for this one. I wanted like to read it like September, but you see this book is pretty huge, so I never got around it. But I want to pick it up this year, especially since the last one is coming like I think this summer or something like that. Next we've got Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in like the DC Icons, is it what the series called? Like, I don't really know. Batman Nightwalker just came out like in January, and the next one is about Wonder Woman. But yeah, this one is the first one in the series, and so it's telling a side of the story of Wonder Woman with this girl. I don't remember, like, yeah, I don't know, like Wonder Woman basically met this girl named Alia and some stuff happens between them. I don't really know, a lot of people loved it and I was really pumped about this when it came out, because like after I saw like the new movie Wonder Woman, I absolutely love Wonder Woman. So yeah, I basically wanted to read anything about Wonder Woman, but I still want to read it because like Sarah read it and she liked it. I don't remember if Jenny liked it. And actually this book is signed. I completely forgot about it. But anyway, I hope I'm going to get around this like this year. Next we've got a book that I tried to read for so long, and it's King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. This is the third book in the Red Queen Quartet. Like, I don't really, yeah, it's a third, yeah, the last book is coming out in May. So yeah, I absolutely want to read this book because as I just said it, the last book, Warstorm, is coming out this May and I want to finish this series. Actually, I don't really know, because the first two books, no, the first book was really good. The second one was yeah, and right, that's why I never pick it up. Like, I want to read it because I want to know what's happening in the series and I want to read the last one and finish with the series. But that's why I'm not really motivated to read this one, because I didn't really like the last one. But I don't know, I don't even know, like I have to read it actually. It's not that I really want to, I have to read it. I want to know what's happening in it. Next up, we've got The Art of a Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. So this is the second installment in the Remnant Chronicles trilogy. I read The Kiss of Deception 2 years ago and I really loved it. I really loved like the word and the characters and all this thing about like not knowing which one, like, because in the first one you have the main character Leah and she runs away from her kingdom and she's following by the prince she was supposed to marry but also an assassin. And so like she made these two guys and you know that one is the prince and one is the assassin, but you don't know which one is who. So it's really interesting because you're like, oh maybe I'm sure it's the prince, oh no I'm sure it's the bad guy. So it was really interesting and so I really liked it. And now I want to read the rest of the series because actually it's getting really good, like Jenny told me and she loved it, so I absolutely want to read it. So yeah, I really want to finish the series, so read this one and also The Beauty of Darkness, which is the final installment. Next we've got The Young Elite by Mary Lou. I've been wanting to read this series since actually I finished the Legend trilogy like 2 or 3 years ago and I never got around it because actually I wanted to have this hardcover edition of it to read it and I only bought it like last May when I went to New York. So yeah, so I don't have this book on my shelf for that long, but still I was so pumped about it and I still haven't picked it up yet. Again, I don't understand myself, but this year it's happening. I'm going to read everything that Mary Lou is writing because I love her. She's one of my queens. Next we've got The Gentleman's Guide of Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. This I received it in the June or July or August All Crate last year. I was really pumped about it because like it's why I bought this All Crate, because I had guessed that it was going to be the book and I wanted to have it. But yeah, basically you're following this guy, which I don't remember his name, is Henry, and he's going on this sort of road trip with his best friend and his sister around Europe in the Victorian era, so the 18th or 19th century, I don't really remember. Is it in the Victorian era? I don't even remember. Anyway, it's not really important. And actually Henry has something for his best friend, so you're also following like their love stories. And a lot of people say that it's funny, it's cute, and the adventures are really great. So I really want to read it. I still haven't picked it up yet, but like I'm going to read it in March, hopefully. On my list we also have Alex and Eliza, a love story by Melissa de la Cruz. I was super excited for this book last year when it came out, something in April or May, and when I got to New York I bought it. Like this book is so beautiful, but I still haven't got it. Like I don't know why I haven't read it yet, because I'm a huge fan of Anne Milton and it's basically why I bought it, and because it's Melissa de la Cruz and I really enjoy her writing. But I don't know, it's there on my shelf, I see it all the time, I'm like, why don't I read you? Like, you're just here and you seem amazing, but no, let's go read the selection for the third time or something like that. Next we've got the third book in the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, which is A Conjuring of Light by V. Schwab. I'm currently reading A Gathering of Shadows and I'm loving it so far, it's really amazing. So you can be sure that I'm going to pick up like A Conjuring of Light as soon as it comes out, so in March. So yeah, I want to finish this series this year because Sarah and Jenny loves this series and I want to be on track with them and to be able to speak about it with them. So yeah, I'm going to read it this year. We also have Heartless by Marissa Meyer, which was like the book she wrote after the Lunar Chronicles, and it's about the Queen of Hearts and her story. I think it's about the story, like how she became the Queen of Hearts, something like that. I was really, once again, excited by this book, but I still haven't picked it up yet. I don't know, because I'm in love with this book. This book is so beautiful and the story sounds amazing, and I love Marissa Meyer. I really enjoy her writing. Like, I love the Lunar Chronicles, it's one of my favorite series of all time. So yeah, I really don't understand myself sometimes. The last 4 books I'm going to mention are actually series I want to start this year. So the first one is A Number in the Ashes. I bought this book like in September 2016 or something like that, because I was really interested in the story. Like, I know it's some sort of dystopia or something like that, a fantasy happening in Antichrome. and it sounds really amazing, and I'm also really pumped about A Torch Against the Night, which is the second book, even though I haven't started the series yet. So yeah, I really want to read it this year. The next one is A Prisoner of Night and Fog by, I don't actually remember the name of the author right now, but it's a duology happening during the Second World War, and basically you're following Hitler's niece, and she's falling in love with a Jew or something like that. So it's like a tragic love story, but a lot of people love it, and this year I would like to read more historical fiction. Like, it's something like I love, but I don't read enough of it. Next one is The Darkest Mind by Alexandra Bracken. So I bought this book in September or something like that, so like it's not been too long like since I have this book, but I actually need to read this book because apparently this year the movie is coming out, and I absolutely need to read the book before seeing the movie because I'm going to hate myself if I don't do it. So yeah, and I don't really know what it's about once again. Like, I used to know what it was about, but like I read so many book synopsis every day that I can't remember all of them. And last but not least, I would like to start The Winner's Curse by Mary Rutkowski. Is that her name? If that's her name, I'm really proud of myself. But yeah, I started this book like last summer, something like that. I just read the first chapter, but then I had so much work or stuff to do that I like put it down and never like started it again. But I'm really interested in the story, and you're following this girl, I don't remember her name, but basically she's the daughter of a king or of a politician or something like that, and one day at the market she's buying a slave, but like it's doing a scandal and basically stuff happened from there. You see, I don't really know much about it, but I don't know, the story sounds nice and a lot of people loved it, so I really want to read it this year. So yeah guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also don't forget to like and to share this video if you want. Tell me in the comment down below if you read any other books I mentioned. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye guys.